And we're back. Sorry, I knew there'd be some technical difficulties. Again, first time you do this, and that's bound to happen. So I don't know where it cut off. We just finished plating the steak, cooking the steak, and feeding my crew. We did a steak in our grill pan with caramelized onions and grilled sweet potato. This is the second part of day one, I guess. Again, we are live. This is Lunch and Learn with Swiss Diamond. We are going to do this once a week, is our plan, around 2 o'clock on Thursday, and we'll let you guys know coming up when it's going to be. We may play around with the time since this is our first time. We are going to do a great poolside drink. Not everybody loves watermelon, but most people do. I definitely do. We are from the South. We're here in Charlotte, North Carolina, so watermelon's a staple here. We are going to make a Watermelon-Rita, I guess, for a lack of a better term. I don't know if there's an actual name for this. We're going to basically cut this open, liquefy the insides, put alcohol in, put a little bit of lime juice in, and then drink it. It's going to be fantastic. So you start with, these are what they call baby watermelons. I don't think it's actually baby. I think that it's full grown. It's just how they grow them. You can use a full size as well. You just want to double the liquid that we're putting inside. I'm using half of our original recipe to go into these. So you can see I just cut the bottom just a little bit so it'll sit flat. That way it doesn't roll over the table. I don't really want to cut myself. We're going to go into the top, make an incision kind of around. The smaller knife you have, the easier it will be to make an actual circle. But this is how I've learned to carve pumpkins, was just shove a big knife into it. So this is how I'm going to carve a watermelon. You pop off the top like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our Swiss Diamond Jet Mix. These are new. 600 watt, I believe, 1400 RPM burr mixer. So it's an immersion blender. It's silicone tipped, so you can go into all the Swiss Diamond cookware. You're not going to scratch it, beating on it, or whatever. And that's what it's made for. It also comes with a jar and a mini chopper, so you can do nut butters and whatever else you can think of that you'd want to do with a kind of a mini food processor. Today, we're going to stick it in a watermelon. We're going to make the watermelon basically juice. We're going to put liquor in it, and we're going to have a little poolside party. But just kind of going to go in like this. I don't know if you guys can still hear me, but I'm just driving it down to make liquid. Not a lot of force, it's just kind of liquids it up. You can go a lot around the sides here. It doesn't take a lot. I don't know if you guys can already see in there. It's already pretty juicy. So it doesn't take a lot of force or anything. You just kind of mix it up like this. The more you mix it, the more juicy it'll be. The less, obviously, the more chunky it will be. Here. The next step is going to be the booze and all the fun stuff. So I have a quarter of a cup of vodka. This is a half. I'm going to split it between two, just so you guys know. So we're going to go ahead and put that in there. And then I have about a quarter of a cup of simple syrup as well. I'm going to put half of it in here. I'm sorry, I said a quarter cup of vodka. I meant a half a cup. This quarter cup's going into each one. And then we're going to take a lime, and we're going to juice it, and we're going to put the juice of half a lime in each one. So you just roll it up to break up the membrane on the inside. And you want to cut it across and not lengthwise. So top to bottom, what will happen is you're not going to be able to cut all the membrane. You go this way, and you cut through all the membranes in the lime. So you'll get a lot more juice out of it. Limes, at least limes around here, they're seedless, so you don't need to cup it. If this was a lemon, you would definitely want to cup it or go through a strainer, or you would just dump a bunch of stuff in there. So we're going to make two of these, and that's kind of it. Put that in there. A little lime juice, a little simple syrup, watermelon, vodka. Give it a stir. Done. We'll do one more so everybody can see what you're going to want to do. Oh, and this is fun. You can cut the top off, eat that if you want to. Boom, put your top back on. This is where I would dig a hole and put a straw through, but I don't have the tools to do that. Again, this is Swiss Diamond. This is our Lunch and Learn. We are making Watermelon-Ritas. This is part 2 of our first Lunch and Learn. If you go back to our videos, you'll be able to see part 1. If you guys have any questions about anything you see here today, or any questions about cooking or Swiss Diamond in general, please feel free to leave a comment below, either live and we'll answer it now, or after live, and our social media team will get back to you. Again, watermelon, taking the bottom, just going to flatten it, not cutting very deep. We don't really want to get into the meat of the watermelon. Just enough that it'll sit. You take your knife, and again, the smaller the knife, the littler the cut will be, or the more round you can make this. But just think back to the first time you ever did a pumpkin for Halloween, jack-o'-lantern, and your mom gave you that really big knife that probably wasn't safe for kids. That's what this is. So I just cut that open like that, so you can see. We'll take our jet mix. By the way, we're going to have a sale on these today, starting right now. I believe we're live on it already. Originally, they are $199.95. Today, we're selling for $149.95. Through the end of the weekend, this is our Facebook Live Lunch and Learn special. We're going to try to do one of those every week. It'll be live for, we're going to go live on Thursday, and the sale will be good through Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. And so hopefully everybody that watches this will be able to enjoy what we make and maybe save themselves a couple dollars to be able to do so. So again, I'm sticking the Swiss Diamond Jet Mix into the watermelon and blending up the inside to make it liquid. The more you do it, the liquidier it'll be, the less the chunkier it'll be. I do think that you guys should use seedless watermelons. The seed ones are, I don't know, I've never used them, but I feel like it'd be a pain. So you can see I've kind of cut it up. It's all liquidy inside. It's foamed right now because I mixed it, but we're going to take a quarter cup of vodka or a half cup for a whole watermelon. We'll put that in there. Ooh, this one's painful. And then a eighth of a cup of simple syrup. We're going to put that in there. We're going to take the other part of this lime, which we did. Again, cut it lengthwise so you go across all of the membrane. Squeeze it in there. Give it a quick stir. Ooh, it's going to be tight. All right. Just to mix it up. Again, this Swiss Diamond Jet Mix is 600 watt. It's the most powerful one on the market. It has it's a dual speed trigger. So there's really one speed and then two speed. Probably can't hear that, but excuse me, what that does is it gives you variable speed. So it's kind of like a blender. You don't always want it full blast, but sometimes you do. At full blast, it's 14,000 RPMs. So we're going to take our glass. We're going to make a mess here because usually you probably want to pour. Usually you cut a hole in the bottom and pour it, but let's see what we can do. All right, we definitely made a mess. That's okay. The good thing is it's got liquor in it and nobody will care. So what I think that we should do, instead of doing it that way, is take a straw. The more colorful, the better. Put it in there. Boom. Now you've got yourself a Watermelon-Rita. Again, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask us. And our Swiss Diamond Jet Mix is on sale through Sunday for $149.95. It's originally $199.95. Thanks, Facebook. We'll see you again next week.